trip
Yeah.
to Hollywood and beyond.
Our mission to inspire.
Live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson. It's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm David Rice, inviting you to join Bart and his guests.
Blackman Township Supervisor Pete Jansek. From Tecumseh Center for the Arts Executive Director Amy Sloop. From Henry Fort Jackson Hospital Trauma Injury Prevention Coordinator Katie Watson. Meet the JTV staff with Adam Bragenzer. And renowned singer and songwriter and Spring Arbor University alum for their upcoming songwriting competition, Babby Mason.
And now, here's Bart.
Thanks so much, David Rice, and good afternoon. Great to have you with us today on this cold and snowy Monday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Right now, 13 degrees and a wind chill of 5 below. And with that, we have a winter weather advisory in effect until tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Additional snow accumulation this afternoon, 1 to 2 inches, but it's going to be hard to measure because it's blowing like crazy. We'll see drifting, winds gusting as high as 35 miles an hour. And because with this cold weather, some treatments on the road, like ice and sand, aren't as effective when it's warmer. So visibility, road conditions may change rapidly over short distances in lake effect snow. And that's what this is. It's lake effect snow. And you might see dry weather and then it's snowing like crazy. And that's the way it's going to be the rest of today. Wind chill values continue to drop, and so does the temperature. We're already past our high of the day. The temperature will drop throughout the afternoon to around 11 by 5 p.m. Tonight, snow showers, cloudy, a low of 7, and windy, and our wind chills overnight, minus 10. Tomorrow, a cold day like this, continued blowing and drifting, strong winds, wind chill values on Tuesday during the day as low as 8 below zero. We could get another ½ inch of snow tomorrow. Also again tomorrow night. And then Wednesday, snow showers continuing, windy, and another ½ inch to 1 inch of snow possible. Wednesday night, Thursday night, all chances of snow showers, continued cold. By the weekend, we will be out of the snow shower, but we will have continued cold temperatures. Sunshine on Saturday, but a high on Saturday of only 8 degrees. It's January in Michigan, and our cold, wintry weather continues all week long. Today's weather brought to you by Kelly Express. Great savings on some things that'll warm you up, like hot chocolate, coffee, and espresso-based beverages. They also have hot pizza at South Street, Jefferson Road, Grass Lake, Napoleon, County Farm Road, and Michigan and Robinson. And this month you can get a specialty pizza and an order breadsticks for $25 at Kelly Express. I'd like to see how things look from atop the Blake building right now. Yeah, it just looks peaceful and calm, but it really isn't. It's not pleasant to be outside. So be careful as you make your way out and about. You see most of the major streets are at least black. I don't know if they're dry. I don't think they're dry. I think you're going to encounter perhaps icy patches and even black ice. And over the weekend, we had numerous crashes on I-94 and 127, including this morning. So just be careful as you're making your way to wherever you're going. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a state and federal holiday on this January 19th. It's also National Day of Service in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. It's National Popcorn Day, Elementary School Teachers Day, and that's why we're giving elementary school teachers the day off. Enjoy your day. It's Blue Monday, and I looked that up. I thought, what is Blue Monday? Is it like Black Friday or? No, it's the first they've done a mathematical calculation that it is the most depressing day of the year, the third Monday in January, and it's because these factors, people have post-Christmas blues, they've got Christmas debt, the credit card bills are coming in, the weather, failing to keep New Year's resolutions, and just low level of motivation. So that's why. So cheer up, it's going to get better tomorrow. It'll be a lot better. It's the anniversary of the day that Georges Claude patented his neon discharge tube. Neon lighting soon became very popular in outdoor advertising. Here in Paris, this is the first public manifestation of neon. It only came in one color when he first invented it, red. And this was at the 1910 Salon de l'Automobile, where Georges Claude decorated the facade of the Grand Palais with 4 neon tubes, 36 meters long. Eventually, by mixing other chemicals with the neon gas, he was able to get other colors. Then it became popular in advertising. And the first use of neon in the United States was in Los Angeles. American businessman Earl Anthony ordered the first neon sign for his Packard car dealership in LA in 1923. And of course, it's become widely popular and in general use. On this day in 1972, 36-year-old Sandy Koufax became the youngest player ever to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, actually elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame on this day. In 1972, Koufax from the Dodgers, he had only been retired from baseball for 6 years. On this day in 1952, Professional Golfers Association President Horton Smith announced that a 7-man committee almost unanimously votes to allow black golfers to compete in PGA events. Almost unanimously. Professional golf was the last major sport to become integrated, 1952. But it would take years before that actually meant anything, because it wasn't until 1961 that the PGA had its first black golfer, and that was Charles Sifford. And he got his tour card in 1961 and then went on to win 2 events. He won the 1967 Greater Hartford Open and the 1969 Los Angeles Open. In 1975, Lee Elder became the first black golfer to compete in the Masters. And it was years later until the Masters Club allowed black people to be members, and even more years after before they allowed women to be in the club. And on this day in 1999, just 27 years ago, the first BlackBerry device, the BlackBerry 850, is released. This was before anything, before smartphones, cell phones, iPhones, anything. This was the very first portable communication device, and it swept the nation in popularity. It didn't even make phone calls. It was just a pager with email capability. And a lot of people weren't even using email, so very primitive device, but everyone had, all the big shots had these strapped on their belt. They're pretty big too, probably, I don't know, twice the size of a regular cell phone. Maybe not that big, but everyone had to have one, the BlackBerry. All that happening on this day in history. Now today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson, as we see a portrait of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. made by attendees at the MLK Diversity Breakfast on Friday. Today, the MLK Day of Service being observed throughout the community. A lot of organizations, groups, churches are performing days of service activities, including at the Second Missionary Baptist Church, where this morning the NAACP had their annual event. We've got the Albion College 2026 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Convocation tonight at 7 p.m. at the Bohm Theater in Albion. This year's theme is Teaching the Dream, reflecting the influence of Dr. King's legacy. Participants will be asked to honor the power of Black educators, whom considered among the foot soldiers of the movement for the pivotal role they played in the pursuit of justice and equality. That's tonight, 7 p.m. at the Bohm Theater. In downtown Jackson tonight at 7 p.m., it is the Monday film screening. Tonight it's 7 from 1995. Free medium combo for members. Everyone else, everyone, $5 at the door. Doors at 6:30. One of the most influential thrillers of the 1990s, from 1995, directed by David Fincher. It is a film that follows two detectives as they hunt a serial killer. 7 p.m. tonight at the Michigan Theater. And that's it. Today in the J, presented by Experience Jackson. In addition to the day's Martin Luther King Jr. events, we had several over the weekend. On Friday, it was the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce MLK Diversity Breakfast, featuring a great keynote speech by Dr. George Grant, president of Saginaw Valley State University. Here are a few highlights as JTV was there.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
As we gather today, I think it's important to remind ourselves that our service isn't limited to one day. Over the past year, the Chamber's been working on Drive Jackson, a 20-year countywide vision plan. It's been led by a group of 24 diverse individuals, from CEOs to servers at local restaurants, from retirees to high school students.
And celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Like many, I come to this moment with humility, aware that Dr. King's work was not done for me or people that look like me, but for people that deserve equity. Dr. King challenged America to live up to its own ideals.
Challenge Day is important to me because it reminds us that everybody at school is dealing with something, even if we don't see it. One quote that really connects to Challenge Day is, "If you really knew me," because it reminds us that there's always more to someone than what we see on the surface. It helps us understand each other better and creates a more kindness and empathy in our school.
Before that project ever entered this room, it had been touched by the hands of hundreds of our students at JSA. Those students come from every corner of this community. Some are living in the shelter or experiencing housing insecurity. Others come from more affluent families where basic needs are never in question. Some live downtown, and others live on the outskirts of the county. Within the walls of JSA, they create side by side, regardless of background or circumstance.
Or one of my favorites, make a career of humanity. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself and a greater nation of your country and a finer world to be in. Dr. King's message is a great reminder that building a stronger, more inclusive community starts with each of us making small steps, meaningful contributions, and a commitment to lift others up.
And that's what I was thinking with this executive of the Ford Motor Company. Why is he wasting his time on me? I have nothing to offer. He wasn't worried about something to offer. He was worried about, could he help this young man and this boy feel comfortable? Because hopefully he would never see me again, but that would inspire in me something that I would keep moving. You all inspire people. You inspire each other, but you inspire these young people who are here today. You inspire the young people in the community. Education, education, education. If you look at the civil rights movement, if you look at the leaders in the civil rights movement, why did they keep emphasizing education? Because they knew education was power. And education comes as close as anything to being the great equalizer. It helps us, it opens doors. It helps us to do the things that we need to do.
Thank you so much for collaborating with us this morning.
Thank you to the Chamber staff, and a special thank you to Chamber ambassadors that helped here today. And to the business community and community leaders, thank you for your continued support, your presence, and your commitment to building a more inclusive and connected community.
So in conclusion, let us rise to the occasion and embrace diversity, our differences and our commonalities, to live out this call to action by a man who had a dream, who did not stop, and who had seen the promised land. Let us all therefore take action. Thank you.
Great event that we've been having in our community for more than 20 years, more than 500 people at the American One Event Center. The honors and celebrations continued over the weekend for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on Saturday night at Jackson College. It was the annual Jackson College MLK dinner celebration. The legacy of Dr. King celebrated with a great program, including a dinner and honoring James Johnson as this year's Martin Luther King Jr. Medal of Service winner. The evening began with a presentation and entertainment and a guest speaker who was Nathaniel Jackson Jr. And thanks to all who participated and honored those at the MLK event. More photos online at jtv.tv. Also Saturday night at same time at the Downtown City Center in the city of Jackson. It was the first annual Jackson County NAACP Branch MLK dinner, a wonderful dinner by Kenny Cakes. It was great. Everyone raved about the awesome menu. Great program as well. We had, there's Antoine and Kelly. And Davita Quinn, the president of the NAACP. A great program that included an introduction by Mayor Daniel Mahoney, awarding of various certificates of honor from various government officials, and pastor of the Lilly Mission Center, the Reverend James Hines, giving the keynote speech. Proceeds of the event benefited the NAACP Youth Council. Well, today on JTV, it's Monday, but we will be bringing you Wellness Wednesday, because on Wednesday we will be on location with a special program. More on that in a few minutes. But Wellness Wednesday today will be featuring Katie Watson, an RN, and also trauma injury prevention coordinator We'll be talking about some of the new offerings that Henry Ford Health has at the Jackson YMCA downtown and a special event that they have coming up as well. Health and Wellness with Henry Ford Jackson Hospital on Wellness Wednesday, today's special Monday edition later in today's show. Also on today's show, we have joining us the supervisor of Blackman Chartered Township, Pete Jansek. They've got a lot of growth in the township. Manufacturing is booming. Amy Sloop from the Tecumseh Center for the Arts. They have some big shows coming up, including this weekend. We have Katie Watson from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital. Meet the JTV staff continues with Adam Bragenzer, and Babby Mason joins us via Zoom as we preview the annual Babby Mason Songwriting Contest and Workshop. All this here today on JTV. Great to have you with us. If you're home today for the holiday, great to have you spending time with us. We appreciate it, and we get things started right after this.